Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Ty Williams, and the purpose of this channel is to document my journey from where I am now to becoming a millionaire. I'm gonna be posting videos weekly, documenting the journey, just highlighting some of the lessons I've learned each week for you guys, and just sharing that, and then also sharing and updating my progress of where I'm at and where I've been. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. So, got a few lessons written out on the whiteboard in front of me here. Don't think you guys can see it. But the first thing that I've realized over the last couple of weeks is you find what you're looking for. And if I break that down a little bit more, what I mean by that is whatever you're seeking the answers to is what you're going to find the answers to. I guess on a simpler level, it would be if you're always seeking out the negative in situations, you're always going to find something negative about a situation. But if you're a more positive person and you seek out more positive things, you're always going to see the positive side of the coin in a situation. That's just something that I've noticed over the last little bit, and it's helped me a lot in certain situations when things happen. Um, Something bad happens, I don't know, you stub your toe, for example, or something like that. A lot of people will be like, oh, frick, I stubbed my toe, but I just honestly laugh at myself right now, and that's kind of a bad example, but it's made a huge difference when you don't succeed how you want to succeed, or you fail flat on your face, and you're just kind of able to laugh at it and keep on moving forward. Another thing that I've learned is taking advice from others. I'm 19 years old, and from my experience as a kid, you've always gone to your parents to ask some questions and get advice. But as you get older, they don't always have all the questions anymore, as they said they did, or as you thought they did when you were younger. And so finding new people to branch out to that are qualified to give you advice and for you to take it, because people love to talk. Everybody has something to say, especially when it comes to their life. A lot of people do it out of wanting to help you. There's a lot of good people out there that I've met, and I've seen that recently with a lot of things that I've been experiencing and going through. Um, but a lot of people also just love to talk and give their opinions. And not everybody is qualified necessarily to give you their opinions. Like, let's take, for example, you meet someone at church, and they're older than you, and they, I don't know, work a blue collar job. I'm not singling out any person here. This is just a scenario that's coming to mind. But they work a blue collar job. Let's just say it's electrical. And you're talking about business, going back and forth with them, and they give you advice on, oh, you should really consider this, using this software for your company. I've heard and I've seen that it can increase efficiency by up to 20%. Or yeah, when marketing, you should do this or do that, and it's all great. Everybody means well, but I find sometimes people just like to talk, and they're not necessarily qualified to give you that information. It's not to say what they're telling you is invaluable. I just think you need to take a step back and just take a look at the bigger picture and go, okay, maybe what you're saying is right. Maybe there is some value to it, but you also gotta look at where are they getting that knowledge and experience from. Because if they don't have the qualifications to give you that, such as being a business owner who is where you want to be, or is just a few steps ahead of you in the journey, most of the time that information isn't going to be useful. So that's one thing that I found is a lot of people really like to talk and give you advice. Doesn't mean it's bad advice, but it also doesn't mean that you should take that advice. So just pull back the curtains, take a look, um, and ask yourself, is this person qualified to give me advice? Yes or no? If yes, great, but still don't just take it for granted, because I've done that before. I also have a lawn mowing company, and I was getting advice from a mentor that I've met, and that mentor was helping me out with pricing and figuring out a pricing model for square footage, different size lawns. And this, I don't like saying this. I feel dumb. I mean, I guess it is dumb, but it's a lesson you got to learn. But anyway, I had a property that I was cutting for $60, and based off a new pricing model, I should be offering them $55 for weekly mowing, and then it was like $75 or $80 for biweekly mowing. Um, so I started the season, reached out to the client, and I said to them, hey, yeah, this is what price would be for weekly. This is what price would be for bi-weekly. Thinking that they take bi-weekly because profit margin's higher, blah, blah, blah. You can do less work and make more money, keep more revenue. But they took the weekly option, which I didn't do weekly last year. I did bi-weekly last year. That's why I thought they would go with bi-weekly. And then, so now, not that it's much money, but now I'm like losing $20 a month because I took the advice from someone who was qualified to take the advice, but I didn't actually think about the advice and go, huh, does this make sense? I just was like, oh, they're where I want to be. They gave me advice. I take the advice. Boom. There you go. And you apply it. And that's not how you should do it. You should take the advice, or get the advice from the person, see if they're qualified, and then take that qualified advice, and bring it over to your business and go, does this fit? Does this make sense? And come to your own judgment of it, because that's what I didn't do. I didn't come to my own judgment, and then I lost some money on it. But it's a lesson learned. I've got a few more things. I've got 3 more lessons. Lesson number 3 is things are harder than you thought they would be, or than they appear to be. If you whatever you're doing in life, doesn't matter if it's business, pursuing personal fitness, personal growth, relationship, we can get these ideas in our heads that, like, oh, this is how it's going to be, this is going to be great, this is going to be awesome, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to make lots of money with my friends, and this is going to be amazing. And that can happen, but there's also a lot of stuff that you don't know, and if you think it's going to take you X amount of work, it might actually take you Y or Z amount of work. So like if you think that you can get something up and going in 6 months, and all you have to do is work 30 hours a week, and for 6 months, and you'll be up and going, you're making money, great, woo. That's not necessarily how it's going to work. It's always going to require more time and effort than you thought. Um, I just think that we oversimplify things when it comes to our dreams and aspirations. Which I'm not saying don't pursue anything, obviously, because like I'm out here. I'm not a millionaire yet. Mentally, I'm a millionaire, but like financially, I'm not. And like, yeah, I've got a simple, clean idea in my head, but from broke to millionaire, there's a lot of little steps in between. A lot more than I thought, and like I'm not even really too far along that journey yet, but I'm just really developing my skills. But yeah, things are harder than they look, and you're gonna have to put in more effort than you originally thought. And I think going into something knowing that kind of prepares you for when you get overwhelmed and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot more work, you know? This was a lot harder than it sounded. Um, you're kind of mentally prepared and you're ready to push harder. Um, and then another thing is fail forward. So basically, every time, say I'm filming a video right now, right? Obviously, when I start out, I'm not going to be super great at it. I'm not going to be a professional, super good on camera. But as time goes on and I make new iterations of it and I do more videos, I'm going to get better. And what that is failing forward. Each time you adjust something and, oh, that didn't work, but now one step closer. And then you adjust something else next time. Like maybe you adjust the lighting one time and then you go, oh, no, that wasn't it. It's still not quite where I want it to be. And then the next time you adjust the camera angle and you go, oh, that's it, that works. And then the next time, uh, maybe you got two cameras and you go, that didn't work. It's just every time you fail, you want to get one step closer to where you want to be. That's what failing forward is. And then another one, I'll clear the whiteboard here, is basically just zoom out in life. And I'll explain that here in just a second. Should be enough to get the point across. Okay, so another lesson that I've learned, which I said was like zooming out. And basically, if you think about a graph and over the course of your life, or think about like the stock market, if you're looking at it in like a weekly view, so 1 week, right? If you're looking at it in a weekly view, and then the stock market drops, and then it goes along and it comes back up and then it drops again, right? These drops and these increases are magnified when you're zoomed in to a weekly view, okay? Hopefully you guys can see over here. But if you zoom out and you go to 1 year, okay, this same time period may look something like that. And the reason I'm saying this is sometimes I get overwhelmed in life when something one day of the week happens and it's really bad and it's magnified because you're looking at right here right now and you're like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to survive this? Life's going to end. But when you zoom out and you look at the bigger picture, you're like, oh man, like that actually wasn't that bad. And same thing with the positives. I mean, if you want to same thing with the positives. Like negatives and positives, they're both amplified. And that's not to say like don't enjoy the positives because and you don't want to feel the negatives either, because if you didn't know what the absolute bottom felt like, you wouldn't know when you're at the top either, because everything would just be a straight line to you, emotionally anyway. So yeah, kind of think about this as an emotional graph, and when you're too zoomed in, you're looking at the weekly view of it, things can get overwhelming. But one thing that I've learned is to kind of step back and look at the year and just go, oh, like, man, my life's not going to end. Like, it'll move on. I've overcome worse things than this. So yeah, that's one thing that's helped me. So if you guys like that video, found it useful, subscribe, stick around, comment. Let me know if you share similar views on these lessons or you share different views. I'm always open to seeing different angles, the other side of the coin. There might be some stuff that I haven't thought about that other people have. But yeah, stick around. I'm going to be doing these weekly now. And like I said earlier, this is to kind of document my journey from where I am now to becoming a millionaire. And the reason I'm doing this is to A, create like a record for myself where I can go back and kind of see like, hey, you started out here and you're here now. So I can kind of see my journey, because you don't remember everything over your life, of course. You only remember certain big ups or certain big downs. You don't remember everything in between. Um, but then also, I really like helping people, and that's one thing I'm really passionate about. So if this helps one other person, that'll make me quite happy. So yeah, it's for myself, but it's also for other people out there who are in the same spot or a few steps behind. Because as I progress in my journey, this will be more and more useful for a wider range of people. And yeah, I'm excited to see where time takes me. So like, subscribe, and stick around.